Howard.
It's a cool summer morning. I'm with a group of scouts. We're at the bottom of Cascade Springs. The goal was to climb up to the top and descend into American Fork Canyon. So we're pedaling up, just working all the way, and we did not stop until we got to the top. We got to the top, and it's kind of a tradition in cycling that you wait for the whole group to get there before you descend. One, just make sure everybody's all right. Two, so you can have a good race and everybody has the same advantage. We get to the top, we all eat, get some water, and then someone says, race you to the bottom, game on. I start pedaling as hard as I can go. I'm going fast, and this is on a four-wheel drive road. So back then, this is, I think it was 1991, bikes didn't have suspension. They were called rigid bikes. And I'm bouncing all over the place. I've got the mountain on this side of me, cliff on this side of me. So I'm staying on the mountain side, because I want more room to maneuver that bike. I'm coming up to a corner, and little did I know that there was a latent boulder around the corner. I was tucked like this, going as fast as I can, leaning as I came around. There's the boulder, there's a cliff. If I swerve to miss the boulder, I'm going to go off the cliff. I'm going too fast. What do? I'm like, I've got the skills. I can bunny hop it. So I bunny hop it, but my front wheel comes off. It locks into the frame, acting as a brake. And I do a Superman over the front. And I land on this side, this arm, and I kind of do a roll. And I'm laying there. A few minutes later, the scouts come on. Brother Hagerhorst, are you okay? I look at him. Who are you? Their eyes got really big with concern, and they started talking to me more. And for about 5 minutes, I couldn't remember who they were. And then it started coming to me, oh yeah, I'm on a scout biking trip, and these are the scouts. So then I started remembering their names, and they started to calm down. Shortly after, my brother-in-law was on this trip as well. He got to me. He kind of looks at me, he's like, I've seen him in worse conditions. He's okay. The bishop comes. He's the support in his Suburban. He gets there and he's freaking out. We got to get into the emergency room. My brother's like, no, he's fine. We'll just take him, bandage him up a little bit. He'll be all right. Bishop's like, no, laying down the seats in the Suburban. I'm taking him to the emergency. So he does, puts me in there, and he has one of those ice packs that you can crack, and it activates them. So he cracked it, slaps it on my face, and I scream, ah! And he's like, you're in that much pain? I'm like, no, you twisted it too hard, and the chemicals are coming on my face.
Oh my God.
So he gets me in the emergency room. The doctor starts to do the evaluation. He says, you look all right. He cleans me up. But he's noticed I've got a bunch of rocks in my shoulder, so he's numbing that and digging them out. We're laughing. I mean, we're having a good old time just chatting. I was telling him some stories, and my wife walks in. She comes right over to me, and I could tell she was mad. The doctor could too. So he walked away. And I'm like, what's wrong? She says, where's Bishop Smith? His name really isn't Smith, but I'm protecting the innocent. I said, why? He said, you know what he told me? He called me and said, Sister Hagerhorst, this is Bishop Smith. Your husband's in the ER. They've stopped the bleeding, and he's conscious now. That's all he said to her. She said, my son was 4 months at the time, I threw coal in the car, and I drove between 90 to 100 miles an hour to get here just to see you sitting on the table laughing with the doctor. Story number 2. Took a family with us to bike in Moab. It was a horrible week for biking. It was raining, and it wouldn't stop raining. And there was a bike ride that I wanted to do really bad. It was called the Porcupine Rim. This one afternoon, the clouds parted. I looked at Rich, and that's his real name. I said, hey, Rich, we got to go. So I talked to Rich and my wife, Rich's wife, and I said, will you drive us to the trailhead? They're like, yeah, we'll take you to the trailhead. So we get biking. And the Porcupine Rim, if you can picture this, you have Slick Rock here, and then back further is the Porcupine Rim. The Porcupine Rim looks down into Castle Valley, beautiful valley, a lot of monoliths and so forth. It's just a beautiful ride. We're riding along, and I'm noticing these clouds are now starting. They weren't there before. They're coming in fast. We get to the absolute worst part of the ride for a thunderstorm. We're the highest point. Lightning coming down all around us. Rain, hell. I looked at Rich and I'm like, we got to get off of these metal bikes. It's back in the age where bikes were still metal, but aren't like carbon fiber like they are now, or aluminum. I'm like, we got to get off these bikes and we got to get somewhere low. So we ditch the bikes and we run over this ridge, and down in this valley, there's 7 other guys already there. And we run down and we just hunker down with them. I'm serious, we were all just shaking. And I could tell they were all really tense and, you know, fear just pulsing through their bodies. And I'm like, I gotta break up this tension. So I looked at them and I said, my name's Steve Hagerhorst. If I don't make it through this, tell my wife and children that I love them. And they all started busting up laughing. Fast forward really quick. End of the trip. The trailer we're staying in, the tank is full. The waste tank is full. We're heading out of Moab. I have to stop and get gas. I pull in back, and this time is 1997. I pull in behind the gas station to fill up with diesel in a diesel truck. Start pumping the gas, and I see something leaking out of the back of the trailer. So I hurry and run back there and look, and the pipe coming out of the waste tank has come out. And the tank is completely empty. My wife comes around the side of the building. I said, run, get in the truck. She says, why? I'll tell you why we're driving. Driving down the road, I told her what happened, and she said, drive faster. That didn't tell her faster.